Well, hello and welcome to Women of Color, Money and Legacy, where I talk money matters. I share strategies to empower us to become financially literate in terms of managing our money wisely, building generational wealth, financial freedom, and creating a lasting legacy. It is a journey of learning and growing together. I'd like to give a shout out to all of our new subscribers. As always, I'm so delighted to have you part of this community. So let's just jump right into it. Well, the holiday season is upon us, and that's what I want to address because this is the time of the year when a lot of people will blow a big hole in their budget, shopping and spending out of control. And if we're not careful, the after effects can leave us in financial straits with a pile of debt as we enter the new year. We want to avoid that at all costs. Now, according to LendingTree, in 2021, 30% of Americans overall acquired holiday debt. And the two groups that incurred the most holiday debt were parents with children under 18 and millennials. And here's a breakdown by demographic of the average debt amount and the percentage of people who added holiday debt in 2021. Generation X, ages 18 to 24, accounted for 34% of holiday debt at an average of $821. Millennials, ages 25 to 40, accounted for 50% of debt at an average of $1,444. Generation X, ages 41 to 56, accounted for 37% of debt at an average of $1,139. While boomers, ages 57 to 75, accounted for 16% of debt at an average of $1,078. Now, across all demographics, more than 50% surveyed said that they were plagued with debt-related stress, except for baby boomers and those with children who were all 18 years old or older. So as you can see, the empty nesters were not stressing because they were not overextending themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with buy now, pay later. Even high-income earners use credit cards when it comes to holiday spending because it's just convenient. In fact, the survey revealed that 62% of holiday spenders use credit cards, not including store cards, just your regular Visa, MasterCard, American Express. The problem comes when you can't pay off the balance the following month or at least within 3 months. Now, I'm recording this video on Thursday, November the 3rd, and just yesterday, the Fed announced an additional interest rate hike of 0.75%. This rate increase impacts nearly every part of the economy, including credit cards. And credit card annual percentage rates increase each time the Fed raises the federal interest rate, which could end up costing consumers more money if you're carrying credit card debt. Now, I should have shared this holiday spending message a month ago. I know that a lot of people will spend the month of January singing the post-holiday blues because they failed to put brakes on their holiday spending spree. And we want to avoid the temptation to overspend. We don't want to have buyer's remorse after the damage has already been done. It's far better to have a spending plan so that we start the new year off void of being in financial straits, and it can be done. Now, for this reason, today I want to give you a smart holiday spending guide that will help prevent you from overspending during the holiday season. With inflation at an all-time high and interest rates continuing to soar, the best approach is to apply some selective economic restraint.
Do you find this video interesting so far? Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
And here are 7 spending tips to help you do just that. Tip number 1 is to make a list and set a price limit for each person. Set an appropriate price amount for each person on your gift list and stick to it. And it's a good idea to just ask them what they want. Nothing wrong with that. You could just have a casual conversation and say something like, you know, I really like this Marc Jacobs watch. What do you think? There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you don't get them exactly what they want or they ask for, you have a general idea of what they like or what they're about or what they're into. Because if you go go into the store and browse without a list, more than likely you're going to buy more stuff on impulse and spend more than you intended. And also, rather than buying a gift for each family member or co-worker, you could just opt to draw names and set a price limit for each gift. Now, another option that I really love would be to have a group of 10 people or however many you want to purchase a gift of, say, $25 and place it under a tree. And each person would draw a number from 1 to 10. The first person would choose a gift and open it. And then the second person would either choose a gift from under the tree or take that gift from the first person and open it, and so on. So the last person would get to choose between opening that last gift or choosing any one of the gifts that have already been opened. This option is cost effective and it's a lot of fun. Tip number 2 is to use cash, check, or debit card. And believe it or not, there are people out there who still write checks, especially millennials. By paying with cash, check, or debit card, you can avoid the dread of opening those credit card statements in January. And if you must purchase on credit, use only one card and decide how much you're going to be able to pay off in the next 30 days. Charge that much and no more. And be sure to pay that balance when it comes full at the end of the month. Don't allow yourself to be drawn into any deferred payment plans. Some people forget that they even made purchase and they're stuck with a sizable bill that they can't pay off in 3 to 6 months down the road. So use cash, check, or debit card. And tip number 3 is to just make a gift. If you're gifted at baking or craft, you might want to consider making a gift. Now, you'll need to know the person well enough to know whether they can appreciate that gift. You don't want to bake a batch of cookies for someone who doesn't have the sweet tooth that you have. Now, you can come up with some great gift-making ideas from department stores, such as gift baskets. You can add candles, a throw blanket, a bottle of wine, and say some bath salts. You can make quilt. That's a good idea. Potpourri, bath scrubs, and if you could sew, then you can make a doll or say a tote bag. You can make jewelry pieces, a family calendar, you name it. Creative gifts can save you money and be one of the most gratifying gifts that you can give. And personally, I would love for someone to make me a patchwork quilt. I would treasure it forever. And tip number 4 is start shopping early. When you procrastinate, you pay the price. Last minute shoppers don't have the luxury of always being able to compare prices and bargain shop. And also the selections are not as good when you're shopping late. And you might even be forced to pay premium prices should you decide that you're going to ship a package overnight and have a higher rate than using standard rates. So you definitely want to shop early so that you get those packages mailed out as early as possible. And don't wait until the last minute. Now, tip number 5 is to save your receipts. Hold on to your receipts for at least 30 days. And I don't care how well you may have planned your spending, there could be items that you need to return or exchange. And if an item has been marked down since you purchased it, most stores will only allow the markdown price if you don't have the receipt. You wouldn't want to end up getting a $50 credit for an item that you purchased for, say, $100. So make sure you keep that receipt for at least 30 days. Tip number 6, plan ahead for next year. You can actually start thinking about the 2023 holiday season way in advance. With this year's after Christmas clearance sales, you could save up to 90% on gifts for next year. Set up a special savings account for holiday shopping early in 2023 and just add to it on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but it can give you a good head start. Now, I have one main bank account that has 5 sub accounts for specific types of disbursements. That way, you can buy gifts throughout the year as you're able to catch bargains, and you'll find a lot of great deals during the off season. So definitely plan ahead for next year. Tip number 7, don't let the holiday blues get you down. You know, the American Psychological Association reports that for a significant amount of people, their stress actually increases during the holiday season, leading to physical illness, depression, anxiety, and substance misuse brought on by financial pressure, gift giving, and family gatherings. And while we correlate the holiday season with celebrations and holiday festivities, for some people, spending is the medication that they use to fight depression during the holiday season, which in reality may only prolong the agony. Now remember, the true reason for the season is not about Santa Claus, presents, and reindeers. Jesus is the reason for the season. Christmas is about celebrating the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So there you have it, my smart holiday spending guide. 7 tips that will help keep you from overspending and accumulating debt during the holiday season. In these economic times, with interest rates still on the rise and a looming recession on the horizon, you want to be getting out of debt, not creating more debt. And I've been preaching this song for the past few months now. If you have debt, work on paying off those revolving credit cards, because if you get laid off from your job and can only make the minimum payment each month, your balance is going to continue to grow because interest is still accruing. So you definitely want to work on paying off those credit cards, with special attention given to the ones with the highest interest rate. Don't go into the new year plagued with debt-related stress. It's just not worth it. As I prepare to wrap up, let me share with you this money quote by the late Reverend Billy Graham. He said, if a person gets his attitude toward money straight, it will help straighten out almost every other area in his life. And I could not have said it better. And that's going to wrap up all that I have to share with you today. I hope this information has been helpful. And as always, thank you for staying until the end. And I'll be back next week with another Women of Color Money and Legacy video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell and receive an alert each time I upload a new video. Take care, and I'll talk to you again real soon.